No, ma'am. No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues. He is a decent person and a person that you do not have to be scared as President of the United States.
But one VIP who's skipping the event is former First Lady Michelle Obama. Michelle's rep issued a statement.
Michelle Obama said, in the year of 20 and 25, when you go low, I'm going to meet you in hell. Miss Ma'am said, you can miss me at the funeral. You can miss me at the inauguration. You can just miss me. I'm done.
It's been a while since we've spoken about politics. I don't speak of it often, but it was a bit jarring to watch the inauguration and see two former presidents walk in with their wives. You can tell very clearly that the Clintons aren't the closest of couples. And yet, Mrs. Hillary Rodham Clinton still found a way to show up. She put on the mask, she walked through the paces, and she did what needed to be done.
Michelle Obama wasn't sick, she just didn't want to go. She didn't want to be there. She stood on business. She didn't want to be there. I think we should all take a note out of Michelle Obama's book and stand on business. I don't care if I'm attending an inauguration or a funeral. If I don't like that person, I'm not going.
We also had a chance to see President George W. Bush walk in with his wife, Laura Bush. And in stark contrast to the Clintons, they're holding hands. They are actually appearing to be enjoying each other's company. The trouble that his presidency may have had, the people there that she may not like, Laura Bush was there for her man.
And people think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband.
You know? Do say that. You say 10 years.
You're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you?
But the other thing that I have found, particularly in this job, that it's people won't remember what other people say about you, but they will remember what you do.
Because you think that's a sign of strength?
I don't know why you would hold a former first lady to a standard that you wouldn't even hold a former president to. And why? There was one major person who did not attend Joe Biden's inauguration in 2020. You know who that was? Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So why are you all worried about Michelle Obama's not going to be at Trump's inauguration?
Yeah.
What a bad look. What a bad look when a president doesn't participate in the peaceful transfer of power.
Thank you.
Leave Michelle out of this.
Because it's a double standard.
It's a double standard.
And as we mentioned, these are members of Donald Trump's family that you just saw there, and former President Barack Obama heading to the Rotunda platform, not joined by Michelle Obama.
People won't remember what other people say about you, but they will remember what you do.
She did not also come to Washington for the funeral of Jimmy Carter, just recently celebrating her birthday.
We're several months removed from our last time speaking with brother Barack Obama in response to his finger-wagging lecture at black men for not giving then-candidate Kamala Harris full-sale support, even though she didn't necessarily have a platform in which she addressed black men directly as to what we would want for our votes. That said, I can't hate on Barack Obama totally because he's the first president to look like us. And so it was a very stark image to see him sitting with other presidential couples alone. There had been no previous talk of strife in their family or that he was doing something wrong. In fact, there was no news at all. And so when we saw these pictures, they spoke to us and me specifically in a way that I could not necessarily express. But the problem with much of the coverage is that much of the coverage is centered around Michelle Obama and her freedoms, and they're missing one extremely important point.
Michelle's rep issued a statement confirming that the former president will attend, but not the first lady. Is she right or wrong?
Yes, Lord, she is so right. She is so right.
I respect her for doing that. I really do. I think that we should stop putting on airs. I think we should stop this sort of phony civility that folks think that you have to give. Yeah, I think that you should, there's protocol. You have to be civil with people, but it doesn't mean that you have to smile on their face. It doesn't mean that you have to do things that they wouldn't give them, courtesies that they would not give to you.
She gave us that when they go low, you know, we must go high.
She changed that one.
And I think she's changed her tune. I
Yeah.
think when they go low, you have to meet that energy and perhaps go even lower, become small like an ant and go to the earth's crust. And what I will say is,
Not cross
yeah. Well, what I will say is, she said that she did not enjoy Trump's 2017 inauguration because there was no diversity, there was no color on that stage. She said there was no reflection of the broader sense of what America looks like, and many people took pictures of her, and she just wasn't in a good mood.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black.
Don't tell him I'm sick. I'm not sick. I don't want to be around y'all, okay? My new motto in life is if it don't bring me peace, I don't want no parts of it, okay? And stand on business the next time someone plays with you or talks about you or something that you don't agree with. If you don't agree with it, if you don't believe in it, don't go. Don't go.
In much of the liberal media, if I dare say that, and for many of the TikToks of young ladies supporting Michelle Obama's decision, there's one small part that they leave out, one point of view that they don't consider. Barack Obama's point of view and how he felt about her not being there.
Why would she subject herself to that? Why would she, let's go back to the speech.
Because she's not going for herself.
At this point, Michelle, Nancy, Kamala, and Karen Pence are standing up against Trump. The men are folding like cheap suits.
It's the women. People won't remember what other people say about you, but they will remember what you do.
I somewhat playfully say Brother Barack Obama because as a black man, he knows directly where his African descendants come from. That is a luxury that many, if not most, ADOS/FBA black people have. But today, he's a brother. We don't know if he wanted to go to the inauguration. My guess is, at best, it was 50-50. But let's say he didn't want to go. Who might make it easier for him to deal with the situation of not wanting to go? It probably would be his wife if she were a loving one, because all the other wives turned up. But his wife is being celebrated for doing what was best for her. In fact, the whole celebration of what Michelle Obama did was that she did what she wanted to do for herself and did not think about what her husband wanted or needed. That's how Barack Obama is a brother today. Dusty in chief, if you will. Become president, two-term president, win the Nobel Peace Prize, and in the hour that you might need your wife to be by your side, or maybe even just want her there. What she chose first, and what everyone is celebrating about her, is that she did what she wanted to do for herself first. And no one is talking about what President Barack Obama wanted or needed. Welcome to the club, Barack Obama. Looks like you're starting to get dusty too. The question is your next decision about who you're going to be with going to reflect SYSBM like more and more black men are doing themselves? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.